Love is Love, Driving Chronicles, back at you. Conversations collide. Conversations about the culture. Chilling with my man Vic. Word. Conversations about the culture.
Love.
Yeah, love. Word.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Always.
Yeah.
So I wanted to touch base a little bit about, your page, Vintage Vic.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're doing your thing, selling clothes and everything, a lot of vintage shit.
Yeah.
What made you come up with the concept and all that?
Well, like, growing up, like, I just love clothes in general. Like, clothes was my thing, you know what I mean? And seeing, like, people from the neighborhood having all different type of styles and flavors and stuff like that. And especially, like, my brother, he was heavy on the Polo and all that, the Tommy and Nautica and all, like, it's all the dope, all the fly shit, you know what I mean? Like, so getting older and then you seeing that style, how big it is growing. Like the culture of that, the vintage and all that shit is growing now. It's super big on the West Coast, like Phoenix, Arizona, Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like New York is popular, but like it's not as big as out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they respect like the vintage, the older clothes.
Yeah.
More like vintage, classic. I would say classic clothes.
All that, the clothes, the jerseys, sportswears. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So just finding a love and a passion for something. You know what I mean? Like I kind of like it's like this is something I have a passion for. Like I like going shopping and looking and going to thrift stores and all these different stores where it's like you could go and it's like treasure hunting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you going into stores and you might find a piece that's worth a couple $100 and you paying damn near less than that. You know what I mean? And you buying it and you tripling the prices, making crazy profit. You know what I mean? And like I enjoy that, and it's that's dope to me.
Yeah. I like what you're doing because it's more or less of something of your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I wanted to touch a little on too. I feel like a lot of times in the hood we quick look for the easy way out. Like selling drugs and things of that nature.
Facts.
I'm not gonna say it is something wrong with it, but we all came up in that era when that's what it is. But I like what you doing now because you definitely from that era, but you went to the positive route. And what would you say with brothers that's struggling to basically do something positive when it's easy to get the drugs, it's easy to get the negative things.
Get the pack and get something on the arm or get.
Yeah. What would you say to brothers on a positive note, on an entrepreneur tip, when you actually maybe want to sell clothes and sneakers or things like that?
Yeah.
I know brothers kind of like struggle from the street hustle, and it's still street to me, but it's just more legit.
Yeah.
What would you
Absolutely.
give advice to brothers that's struggling with that want to be entrepreneurs? They don't want to be working in the store or I wouldn't even say in the store, more or less for somebody that's yelling at them and talking.
Nah, it's a good question. Cause I was in the trap. I was sucked into that life. You know what I mean? I was in that life for a minute doing that. You know what I mean? Trying to get an easy way out, and everybody around me hustling and. Let me do the same thing, you know what I mean? Let me be cool, let me do this, you know what I mean? Like, like that's a lot of people fall into that, you know what I mean? Because depending on the environment and this and that, like even though you're around this environment and everybody doing it, like we all have choices, you know what I mean? Like everybody could pick and choose what they want to do in life, you know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, when you around that circle, you around people doing that, you gonna want to do that too because you think it's cool and this and that. You know what I mean? And so, you face consequences, this, that, the third. And, with me, like, I was in it for a while, a couple years, and then, I faced the consequences, fucking up and, getting caught up, this, that, and the third, and shit like that. And, I was like, came to a point where I was like, yo, I'm good. I'm done risking, my freedom and always constantly looking over my shoulder and this and that. And it got corny to me, you know what I mean? It was like, let me man up, you know what I mean? I was about to have my son too, you know what I mean? So that was like more motivation, and I just started working, like bouncing around from job to job, you know what I mean? Like you gotta dedicate yourself, you know what I mean? Like that's what I did. So I took that street mentality, and then I was like, let me do something that I like, let me do something that I'm passionate about. Let me let me start, you know, fucking with the clothes. You know what I mean? And let me put my street hustle mentality into something that's legit and I can make money. You know what I mean? And doing it the right way.
The right
you feel
way.
me? Where I'm not, you know, looking over my shoulder, doing this, doing that. I'm doing something that's dope. That, you know, everybody likes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants, you know what I mean? Fly shit and old shit that they couldn't get back in the days. That now, like, they see it and they're like, oh shit, like, wow, like, I used to have this shit in the 90s. Like, man, you got this shit now? Like,
cool.
You feel me? Like, you know, that's
Cool.
a dope feeling. You know what I mean? So,
definitely.
I would say,
Retro,
like, you know,
all that
it's,
shit
retro,
coming
all
back
that,
now.
all that. You know what I mean? It's big now. It's big in the culture, especially, you know, the rap culture, everything, pop culture, rock culture, because there's so many different teas and it's like, it's crazy, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
you know, like, it's like people, you know, people gotta stop picking up the drugs and picking up hobbies, picking up, you know what I mean? Like, stuff they like, they into, you feel me? Like, there's so much now out here nowadays, like, there's so much ways to get money, you know what I mean? There's so many different ways to make legit money and side money.
And if you are, I feel if you are a fan of the limelight, I feel you get that with the hustle, with your swag. You make the limelight. Some people shy away from it,
Yeah.
but I feel like yo, Vintage Vic, you could go in the spot. Everybody know you like Vintage Vic. You chilling and you get the love off the strength of the same love that you would be doing something negative. If that's what you following, you get the positive love, and it's more, I would say, more original. You know what I'm saying? Something more, you not looking over your shoulder. Yo, you took my pack, or you on my block. Now it's like, yo, what up? They looking for you for a good reason. They hunting you down for a good reason. So I really commend you, you know, turning your life around and going a positive route. And I would say that to them brothers out there, that it's always a way out. It's always another hustle, and there's always a positive thing. Word,
Always.
I commend you on doing your thing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and I feel also, I like that you stay in tune, because dude talk about, we outside. Excuse me. You be outside. Big up your football team too. I see you. You know, I came to your game a couple of times, and even your man out there. Your man, I think you got one of his hats on right now.
Shout out my
Big up
man.
your
My
man.
man JD. You got his Bentley time. You know, his Bentley time gear. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know, it's just brothers supporting brothers. You know what I mean? People supporting everybody. You know what I mean?
And that's
like,
that main thing. Support. Sorry for cutting you off.
That's the thing. Yeah, everybody's supporting. You know what I mean? So, you know, we at the football field. There's a lot of guys there. It's on Sunset Park, about 65th and 8th.
Cool. What's the name of the team you on?
Team I'm on, it's Sunset Park.
Oh, okay.
Sunset Park, yeah, that's the name of my team.
Cool.
So, you know, the league is dope. The league is popping. The league is crazy.
So tell me
everybody
a little bit
support
about
that. Everybody there supporting one another. You know what I mean? It's like I said, like people.
So how many teams is it?
It's a bunch of teams, different divisions. You know what I mean? It's something I've been doing for like the past 10 years. You know what I mean? It's something good.
So you always was into sports.
Into sports, yeah.
Cool,
you know what I mean? That's good too. It's something like, you know, you look forward to. Recreational. You look forward to. You know, something you dedicate your time to.
I think they said somebody won and they got like $1,000 or something.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's money in the league, man. It's dope. You know what I mean? You can win money, but the good thing is like it's just
off the streets.
Off the streets. Keeps you off the streets. You know what I mean? It gives you some time. You know, with the fellas, the bond. You know, to network. You know what I mean? Because you know everybody. You know, everybody's doing different things, so it's like networking too. You know what I mean? Like I said, like my man got his brand. It's another dude that has a clothing line. I do my thing. You know, they have cookouts. They got, you know, the people
I ate the burgers.
They got
good.
They got the people selling the food, and you know everybody's just everything. So everybody's just building and networking, and you know it's something dope, and something you know the guys look forward to. You know what I mean? Every Sunday. So it's pretty cool, you know what I mean? Like I said, you get to show your brand.
Too. They got a nice little page on YouTube too. I like their page.
Yeah, man. Definite, man. Shout out to them guys. They doing their thing, you know what I mean? Like I said, everybody gotta support. Everybody gotta support one another. Pretty much, you know what I mean? Everybody gotta show love, and you know that's just what it is. You know, like it's just fun, you know what I mean? Like when you find something that you like and you love, and you know what I mean, like you enjoy it, and you get a thrill out of it, and it's fun to you. You know what I mean? There's nothing better than that. You know what I mean? Like you know you have your love is love, You know, your
Definitely,
Chronicles.
love is
You know what I
love.
mean? I watched all the episodes. It's dope.
Word,
You know what I mean?
love
It's
is
very,
love. Word.
you know what I mean? It's definitely entertaining. It's, you know, knowledgeable. You know what I mean? You get to know and learn, and you know what I mean? Y'all speak y'all truth, y'all minds, and you know, I love that. You know what I mean?
I love too. You got Little Man in karate, and I feel that's another thing. Like a lot of times, we say that the area don't got no resources, and I would say the resources is limited. But you gotta hustle and push yourself out there. Look in them newspapers, read, find, and put your kids in recreational things. Like you got Little Man in karate school. And how old Little Man is?
Little man's 4. He just turned 4, yeah.
4, and karate is good because it teaches you discipline and things of that nature. So
discipline, structure, all that. Like, you know what I mean? It's good. It's really good. It's really good for him. You know.
Well, how y'all found out about that?
Just basically like I said, this is the power, man. This is the tool right here.
The
nowadays,
phone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
shout out to Egg. Definitely said that.
Yeah.
The smartphone.
The phone. I mean, you gotta just read. Everything's there in your hands. You can research whatever you want. You know what I mean? You find out there's so many activities for kids and even for adults. Activities for adults. It's just so much.
To get off the street now. Now it's like no excuse no
There's
more.
no excuse.
This all we got.
Yeah.
All we got is the block. This all we got to do.
Exactly.
There's really no excuse
and if you
no
have
more.
any thought of like, man, I want to do this. I'm interested in this. I'm interested in that. Like, you just go to here. Like, you do your research, and you know it helps you out. You know what I mean? It's not like you just lost this and the third. It can help you out. You know what I mean? It can help you do everything. Teach you this, teach you that. You know what I mean? Whatever direction you want to go, it will show you and it can help you. You know what I mean? It's like a plus. It's a bonus. So that's cool. But everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate they can't, like, oh, I can't put my son in this or my daughter. You know, everybody don't have the funds or this and the third. You know what I mean? So that's why, like, growing up, like, the recreation centers was big, especially for a kid like me. You know what I mean? So those were big, and those are free programs. And a lot of those, you know, we don't really have those no more.
Yeah, like
how we
Yogi
used to.
Bear and stuff like that.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really have those no more. We used to have the, Sunset Park Recreation Center. It used to be called the Dungeon in Sunset, you know what I mean? And they had these programs, stuff like that. And, a lot of them, the city or whatever, they're not funding them no more like that, So for me, that was big for me because growing up, that kept me off the streets. And, it was something you look forward to, and it's something that's good in the community. I feel like we're losing a lot of that, you know what I mean? So,
yeah. I feel like it's that as well. I feel like a lot of things in the street, more or less, a lot of people say that's all we got because sometimes that's all it's like right in your face. The community centers and even the churches, they need to get back out there like they used to do and come outside. Come in these buildings, come in these projects, come on these blocks and reach out. Because I remember back in the days, the soul of the hood was the churches. The churches that got to come out, knocking on doors, talking to people. And you got to have, I feel like the churches got to have recreation for the kids.
Exactly.
Sunday school. I'm teaching them about Jesus Christ and even just playing and laughing and just teaching them everything.
I feel like that's what you. I feel like they should I think churches they should start implementing stuff as far as because a lot of people are not with the church and with this and implementing maybe sports. Hey, listen, we're having a church league. Basketball church league on the tournaments.
Bowling.
Every distance. Baseball, basketball. We doing bowling. We doing stuff. I mean, so I think that'll maybe attract more of the community in. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, teaching them and about teaching them the Bible and teaching them the Word of God. As also having fun and doing recreation and have fun.
It takes a village to
having
raise a child.
fun because not everybody want to. I'm not going to church and they have this ego and this and that, but I feel like, having different things like that, maybe that'll bring in more of the community.
I agree.
And that'll help out.
That's a good...
You know what I mean? And then, listen, we're gonna do the league, we're gonna do this, there's no cursing involved, we're gonna have these tournaments, we're gonna have different events. I think, but it's all about, people wanting to do it and the funding and the community, everybody being down for it.
Yeah, I think they would. I think if you like they say, you build it, it will come. They will come. So I feel like if they if they promote it and really get out there, knock on doors,
Yeah.
and have a petition or signing kids up and who, you know, registering whoever want to come, or just having like I said, a petition and nominating or just speaking upon who wants to do it or who would like to do it, and have some type of you know, like baseball, football, and to see what they like more. Maybe more kids will lean to baseball. Maybe more will lean to football.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
you know, more will lean to soccer. Just to see what the demographic of, you know, how many kids would like baseball, football, and basketball.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was something real good that you just mentioned, and come out. You know, baseball team, soccer team, bowling team, and then within that, playing with the kids and joking around, you can instill those good, you know, qualities in a
Exactly.
child. You
Yeah,
getting them
yeah,
off the street. Now you teaching them, you know, good things and helping them out and pushing them further,
Exactly.
helping them even in school. After school
yeah.
programs used to be somewhat
Yeah.
in the churches and stuff like that. You know, you can even teach them you know, how to speak. You can teach them how to tie a tie. Teach them how to fill out job applications. Help them get their passport, their IDs.
Yeah,
It's a
everything.
lot of things that
Yeah.
churches could come out.
They could
You know,
teach,
that
yeah.
could teach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's
And
the word? How to teach where your fork is on the right side and on
Yeah,
the left
yeah,
side and all that.
You do all that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to
that'll
remember the
definitely
word.
help, especially the era that we in now.
Yeah.
You know, the era that we in now. I feel like that'll stuff like that could definitely help. You know, like I like my future plans. Like I really would like to try to like open like a after school type program,
Cool.
and you know, like implement that. You know, like having, you know, doing like the sports thing. You know what I mean? But sports thing with learning. You know,
Yeah,
teaching,
educating
guiding, educating.
Knowledge of self, letting them know who
Yeah,
they are,
yeah,
where they come from,
yeah.
making them proud, lift their
Like,
head
of
up.
course, it's, you know, we're gonna have fun. Of course, it's fun. But at the same time, you know, we're gonna learn and we're gonna, you know, like that. I want to do that. Like, I have future plans of opening something like that,
Like
like
a
a
youth
center,
center,
like a
right?
center or something like that.
You used to be.
And yeah, and doing something like that, you know, because like I said, that growing up, that's what I was around, and you know, I seen how many kids like it brung to the thing, or
Yeah,
the
they
community, how
strayed
many
on
it
the
brung.
right path because they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
basically something to follow that was positive and good.
Yeah.
They had like a mentor, somebody to look up to,
Yeah.
or a big brother, or somebody that could be like a father figure of things of that nature. So
Yeah.
you're right.
And it's like, you know, it's a brotherhood, is, you know, sisterhood, because, you know, girls, of course, you know, sister, brotherhood, and stuff like that. I definitely, you know, I want to try to bring that back to the community. Bring that, you know, even if it's independently, you know, like, you know, of course, everything you need a team, but, you know, doing it like that, I think something would be cool like that. You know what I mean? I think people need to start doing that more
yeah,
around
coming
in
to
different
the,
communities.
coming
like,
to the hood
yeah,
in the
like,
community.
like
I
people need
agree.
to, like, you know, put their money together. Like, the money, listen, let's do this, let's start this, let's do that. Like, we gotta build. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, people are not really building and trying to do things to better the community.
Yeah.
I think things like that will help. You know, because kids look forward to that and stuff like that. You know.
Wow.
Another thing was in the community too. We had was the Boy Scouts. You know what I mean? And you know, when you think of Boy Scouts, you think that, you know, Boy Scouts, and you wearing Boy Scouts wear their little suits and they wear their little outfits and all this. But this Boy Scouts, you come as you are.
Bless.
You wear what you want. You do what you want. You know, not do what you want, but you wear. You know, you wear what you want. You come as you are. It don't matter you're black, white, Spanish, whatever you are, yellow, purple. It don't matter what you are. You know what I mean? And that was something that was pretty cool as well for the community, especially on, you know, on my block and the community we were at. You know, all the fellas used to go there. You know what I mean? And I was young. Like, my brother is like 10 years older than me. He was going there before I even went there, and
Cool.
and it was something cool. You know what I mean, for the block, for the community. You know what I mean, that was something that was pretty dope. You know what I mean, to have. And it's like these like, you know, these
Yeah.
three white dudes. You know what I mean, cool guys. You know what I mean, still know them to this day. You know, we just had a reunion like probably like 2 years ago. You know what I mean, I haven't seen them guys in years. So that was pretty dope. But it was something that, you know, to look forward to, and like these guys dedicated their time and they self to get, you know, us off the streets.
Teach one. It takes a village.
And, you know, and it was dope. You
So
know
what
what I mean?
they had y'all doing?
Well, they taught us structure. Like we had you know, they had their book of like, you know, it was a book of like rules and taught you stuff, and it taught you structure, taught you, you know, like if you basically like if you know, living in the woods and how to tie knots, how to do this, and how to
So y'all got
how
like
to
a
use
merit badge.
Yeah,
or
you
something
get
like
badges and how to use, you know what I mean? Like, it's still the Boy Scout way, but it wasn't like, you know, like the normal Boy Scouts. It was, we are who we are. We dress how we dress, and, you know, there was structure, and, you know, it was things, you know, we went there and we had fun. We had to learn our little, you know, you gotta learn your little
how to build a fire or something like that.
You learn mad different things, you know what I mean? You learn your little sayings, you know, they got these little sayings we say and stuff like that.
You remember any sayings?
I remember, but I'm not gonna say it though.
I lied it, man. Say it, baby.
Nah, all I say, look, Troop 61, man. That was my squad, man.
Holla.
Troop 61, you
Troop
heard?
61, holla.
That was our shit. That was our shit, you know what I mean? And it was dope. And, you know, it was something cool because it was like people, you know, they care about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Love.
And that's what...
You looked up to them. They was inspiring.
Yeah, like, you know, or like a lot of, you know, growing up, like you that love is dope. Like you want, you know, people that, especially like you don't really know, like, you know, that you don't know, but that want to know and that's showing you love. Like that's dope to have that feeling. Like, yeah, they really care about us. Like they got this program. This shit is dope. Like, you know what I mean? And what made it more dope was, you know, like I think it was like every like once a month, or every like 2 months, like we would do trips. Like,
cool.
You know, we would have our parents sign our permission slips and shit like that. Depending on your age, you know what I mean. If you were 18 and over, you don't have to. But if you were like 18 and younger, you know, they'll have their signed permission slip. And we used to go to trips to PA.
Wow.
We have our own cabin. You know what I mean. It was lit. We used to go out there in the woods, play manhunt, and football in the snow. You know what I mean. And it was like we used to, you know, have our cat. We all slept in cots. And it was dope. So wood fires, you know what I mean? And shit like that.
Took y'all off the street.
Yeah, and it took us off the streets for the weekend, you know what I mean? Like our parents, you know what I mean? They were good and comfortable with the fellas.
See, I was up like in the forest somewhere.
We were like in the woods, like, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, think about it, you on the block, and then now you, boom, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
something different.
We going up there.
Whole nother habitat. So they taught y'all how to fish and shit and all that.
Fish, taught you how to tie knots. They taught you how to different knives, how to use axes and all type of shit. Cut wood.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fire. Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like that just goes back to saying, like, you know, that's another things, like, you know, that we losing in the hood. Like, like people don't have that. Like you bring that to the hood and you're like, yo, Boy Scouts, sign up. People gonna be like, Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
They thinking, you know, a lot of people thinking like, you know, you gotta wear the little bow tie and fucking slacks and. You know what I mean? Like that's another thing.
Come as you are.
Come as you are, yeah. That's another thing. Like, you know, like I feel like